turns out that I actually do have just a little bit of free time before I have to go into work, so I want to do just a quick video explaining a few of the keys to victory for tonight's matchup, Giants versus Cowboys. And well, it's pretty obvious. A lot of people are going to be focusing on the passing game. You know, the Giants, they've got Eli Manning, Victor Cruz. He had a huge year. I'll take advantage to the Cowboys on both sides of the ball, because on defense they added Coud and Claiborne, whereas the Giants, Hakeem Nicks, even though he's been saying all along that he would play, he's got a broken foot, which the leg work is very important for a wide receiver. That's pretty much everything you do is from the waist down. And he hasn't actually been practicing, so even if he takes the field, I don't think he'll be the same Hakeem Nicks. So basically, the only real wide receiver they have is Victor Cruz. And even though they have Martellus Bennett, who has shown flashes of talent, it's hard to believe that he will just jump right in there and get 100 yards in his first game. So in the passing game for the Giants, the X factor would be, I believe, Martellus Bennett and Hakeem Nicks. Can they step in and play at a high level and take the pressure off Cruz? Because right now, he's the option that everyone on Dallas is going to be concentrating on. And with the Cowboys offense, well, yes, the wide receiver, they don't have a lot of depth. Austin and Bryant, they might be showing a little rust. They didn't play during preseason. Miles Austin fighting through even more hamstring injuries, just like he was last season. But at the same time, the Giants, Terrell Thomas gone for the season. Prince Akinamura, he's not going to be playing tonight. So the Giants, they don't really have a very strong secondary. And I think Tony Romo could eat them alive, whoever's out there catching passes, because Dez Bryant is very much healthy. I expect Dez to find the end zone at least once. And don't underestimate their depth. They have a lot of receivers who, even though they are spotty at best, these guys are capable of pulling in big numbers if you leave them uncovered. So if the O-line holds up and the Giants' D-line doesn't get enough pressure, then the Cowboys' offense is going to eat the Giants' defense alive. And then when you look at the running game right now, Ahmad Bradshaw has never been my favorite, but he's got talent. I will admit that. When they brought in the rookie David Wilson, those two guys, they could be a little scary for us. But I think I'll take DeMarco Murray and Felix Jones over those two. Not necessarily for their skill level, but because of the defense they face against. The Giants, the strength of their defense is edge rushing. They have defensive ends who can get to the QB. That's the strength of this team. But I think when it comes to run stopping, they are a very weak run stopping defense. And the Cowboys, well, they're very similar in that respect too. The main thing I look at is the development of Sean Lee. And he was one of our leading tacklers last season, despite the fact that he was injured. And even playing through that injury, he was still able to make some huge plays, get a lot of stops. And I think a healthy Sean Lee, now already having an entire year of experience, I expect him to start dominating again, possibly even be in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. He and DeMarcus, I expect them to be leaders for that defense and just always be involved whenever a big play goes down. And don't forget Anthony Spencer. He led the team in forced fumbles last year, and in order to force fumbles, you've got to be making tackles. I think our D-line may not be that great, but our linebacking core is pretty good. We have a decent run-stopping defense, and I think we can do more against their halfback duo than their defense can do against our halfback duo. And that's why I feel the Cowboys just have a better shot at winning this game. I just think I think the Cowboys have a much stronger defense this year, and the Giants, they're just not going to be able to do enough to make up for that difference.